Now, our ESPN FC experts have been hard at work. We released today the 30 best players in the world under the age of 21. This is the top 10, as our experts came up with. Kylian Mbappe at 1, Sancho...
Our experts is not us, right?
Ligt,
Somebody else.
Well, I think we were involved. Alexander-Arnold.
I had nothing to do with
you
this.
weren't involved. Well,
yes.
that's our mistake, clearly. Vinicius, De Jong, Donnarumma, Rashford and Jovic rounding out the top 10, as always, with any sort of top 10 list. There's plenty of room for debate and conjecture. Gab, your thoughts on the order we came up with? Any glaring omissions?
I don't see an omission. I'm hoping that I don't think anybody's going to argue with the guy at number 1. Maybe Frenkie de Jong could be a little bit higher than what is he? What, 6th place?
Yeah.
I think it's also a bit tricky when you're comparing, people who've been really, really good for one season, where there's not much of a body of work, and people who've been doing it for 3 or 4 years, and maybe you've had more of an up and down in that period, like a Donnarumma, for example.
De Jong was actually 7, just to clarify that. Stewart, any quibbles? Anything different you would have done?
I think De Jong and Ligt have been absolutely outstanding. I think they should be higher up the list. Ligt looks like he's going to be a world-class player, and that's what you're judging these players on. Are they going to go on to be world-class players? I think Frenkie de Jong will be a world-class player. Ligt will be a world-class player. I'm not sure about Sancho.
Not ahead of Sancho, surely.
I'm not sure he's going to be a world-class player. No, certainly not ahead of Mbappe. Mbappe is already a world-class player. We saw that at the World Cup. But Sancho, I think, still got a lot of learning to do. Alexander-Arnold's still got a lot of learning to do. He's a good footballer, but he still needs to improve his 1v1 defending.
Ali, thoughts? Even though you weren't consulted, clearly, on this
Yeah, well,
list.
I'm consulted now, and I can tell you that you can see the heavy influence of the English market.
Hello.
Well, how
Not by
else?
me there.
Well,
Not by me.
I know. You're usually not here, Stewie, so
Yeah.
I welcome when you're here. You bring a change of pace. I like it. Freshness. Nuance to your house. Yes. All I would say is that Jadon Sancho is way too high in this list. I know somebody in this panel that actually has made a case that he would take Callum Hudson-Odoi over Jadon Sancho. Would that be you, Paul Mariner?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
When he's fit.
Yes, and when you consider the very best, and it's difficult to project what these guys are going to be, you just have to evaluate what you have seen from them. And what you have seen from them, I have to say that it's been far more impressive to see Frenkie de Jong, De Ligt, obviously Mbappe, than some of these other guys. Some of these other guys, I'm not quite sure that they're at the level that we're talking about with Mbappe, De Jong, and De Ligt. So to me, it feels like it's a top 3, top 4, and then the rest of the guys that come further behind.
Couple of strikers, Paul. Rashford, should he be in this top 10? And what about Jovic as well? He had a great season.
I think Rashford should be in there, yes. But for me, Jovic is absolutely...
He should be higher, Jovic?
I think
number 10.
Look, I'm always intrigued about who's going to be the next top striker. This guy's got a chance to be the next real top number 9. What he does, he sees it. He's not only can he put the ball in the back of the net, he's 2-footed. He's very unselfish in the box, which is an unusual skill. He's had a fantastic career at Red Star. He was there for a long, long time, learned his trade. He's got that winning mentality. He wants to put the ball in the back of the net, which sounds as though, well, everybody wants to put the ball in the back of the net. But it's how you do it. And he seems to have the hunger
I think
to be
Paul's
a top
also
player.
alluding to that to be a great player, you need football intelligence. And 1 or 2 of those players on the list have got great potential, but at the moment haven't got the football intelligence. The great players that we've always talked about have had that football intelligence, that understanding of the game, and that's why they become great players.
With your English-loving ways, Ali, would you have Rashford in the top 10?
Sure, in the top 10. But I think
about right at number 9.
But I think much like Manchester United, when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I think we saw the best of Marcus Rashford.